and they were asking about what's the class's name? Revitalizing the soul. And I think the most common thing was mostly about what does that to do with grace. I changed the name so many times on you guys.
So the aspect is, we've been kind of unwinding the physiology, the emotions, the mind. And I would say this is helping to stimulate a bit more of the intuitive mind. We've been working with like bringing in light in these areas, but light needs to come in first before the love aspect gets cultivated. And so this is actually tied more to bringing in the love aspect, specifically for like stability in the body, stability in emotions and the mind, helping to bring stability in the external world. You could say, it's tied to providence. So even like tied to materialization or doing your goals, but more than anything, it's like it instills like a deeper sense of well-being. And like, if you think about like when situations are happening in let's just say interacting with different people, right? There's different kinds of interactions, and depending on how the person's conditioning is, you're going to get different responses. And a lot of times when we're in a place where we're not experiencing providence, when we're not able to tap into that, the bottom line is it does have a psychological impact, and the psychological impact is that it makes us feel unconsciously insecure, like we're not going to be provided for, we're not, this person is saying this, they mean that, where when you're in a place where you're starting to experience even tiny amounts of that divine love aspect, for one, you feel better, but you have this security that like, even though this person's obnoxious, it's still going to work out, and we just need to talk it out. We don't need to get all worked up about it. Like it reduces your reaction to situations, because there is a stability that comes from the providence of these mechanisms. And so we actually work every chakra and cultivate it in every chakra. And I think this isn't this one of the kits where it's like a bigger kit than normal, like a $300 kit. And so I think we even put in an ashwagandha ointment. Unwind ashwagandha. And so we're starting to even integrate some of the medicated ointments that have like herbs along with the oils in it. And ashwagandha also, it helps to release like fears and stresses and things like this in a way that's just very calming and soothing. And it helps to unwind the tension in the body so that you're just in this place of like, stability. I feel good, like good things are going to happen. Like, you're basically calming the body down in a way that you can experience deeper levels of divine love, which is not human love. Like, it's not like love between people, but it's feeling the aspect of providence or divine love, that the light comes in and then eventually turns into love. You're actually kind of cultivating that aspect. And so it has all kinds of things like on like triggers, on just the state of being of how you feel, how you interact with people, how you attract things to your life without having to go, I need to get rid of this, I need to get rid of that, I need to target my fears and do like this. You're just putting the body in a state to where you're in a place to receive more, attract more, and not be as reactive. There's a whole list on the flyer that has like details and bullet points, but the kind of straightforward little explanation for that is that like you're increasing the sense of well-being, and even in times of difficult or conflict, it's almost like you innately have the expectation of like, well, good things are going to happen in this situation, rather than like, oh, I need to protect myself, or I need to be careful, or I need to make this person understand. This person is not understanding. You just have the assumption that it's all going to be good, like, and I mean, it sounds simple and silly, but that mentality does translate because it affects the people that you're interacting with and will change how you interact with people. Because like if you're coming where you're trying to get somebody to understand, or you're a little bit desperate, or you're needing the person to do this or that, or you're needing to protect yourself, it just starts this escalating thing that just keeps creating negativity. And you know even when difficult things happen, it just allows you to, well, we can tell, I don't think anybody knows anybody here. So we had to, we'll keep this just non-drama as possible. We had to let go of a couple of people, like, in our staff, and they were really great for a long period of time, but things just were going south. And before it got too ugly, it was just time that everybody moved on. And potentially a very difficult situation. We handled it incredibly nice. I mean, incredibly nice. We even gave them a little bonus and everything as they were leaving. And, there was a potential for a whole bunch of drama to happen afterwards, because we're in a small town. There's a lot of friends and everything. And it just, nothing happened, because we had the expectation that even when they were saying like kind of hurtful, insulting things, that like, this is going to get resolved. We had the security of like, you're not going to hurt us. You're not going to do this or that. We're not going to argue this out. There's nothing to discuss. Let's just everybody calm down and eventually find a place where we can all be nice to each other again. And that's kind of what happened. And it was because of how we approached it. Had we come at it a little bit more negative, there would have been ongoing drama that would still be going on right now. But it's not, it's just quietly went away with like no incident, you could say. And it was just the expectation of, and the confidence that like good things are going to happen here, even though something difficult happened, and even though it's a shift or a change, good things are still going to happen. Like, it's just a shift or a change, and it doesn't make them bad people or anything. It works for a while and then it didn't. And so it just didn't work anymore. And so we said it as politely as we could. And hopefully everybody is able to, stay nice about it. But, if not, it's on them. But we definitely did not escalate it. I mean, how can you get upset when somebody lets you go and gives you a bunch of cash when they let you go? I think that's a nice thing, a nice way to handle it. So we still had gratitude for everything that they had done. And so, yeah, I mean, that would be kind of a manifestation of that. You can't say like, oh, in this situation, you would do this or do that. You just kind of know it when you see it. But there's that thing where like, I don't feel the need to be defensive. I don't feel the need to like make somebody get it, or I need to explain myself. Like, at one point they were like, we need to know this or that. And I was like, no, we're just done. Let's just be nice about this. And who cares what? I'm sure you think a bunch of negative things about me and whatever. Let's just, it's not you, it's me. And then let's just go our separate ways. It was just a very, very, very polite way to handle those things. And then the people that we brought in are rocking it. So, it was a good shift for everybody. So it is what it is. Like I would say that's a manifestation of what this next class is about. Yeah.